Hi, I want to talk about the movie Paranormal Activity 3. Well, honestly, I've seen this movie about 4 times, and every time I saw it, I was in a bad movie theater, and people were talking, so I couldn't really get the main gist of it. But honestly, I think that they took the series and they took the story, and there wasn't really much of a direction they could take it from where the second one left off. But you know what they did with the third one, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, so don't even ask. It was pretty much the only way they could. They could drag it out even further, but I really think that they're coasting off of the first one's success, because the first one was definitely the better one, the best one. I mean, because the first one came out and it was like on a $10,000 budget. I mean, it was shot at the director's house. I mean, most of the money went into the actors, really. I mean, aside from like powder on the floor and shit like that. Well, I think everybody was amazed at its success. I mean, it was planned, like 10 years before it actually came out, and it was one of those movies. It was like seemed like a good idea, and then when you're broke as shit, okay, well, I'll do this one because it's in my notebook buried somewhere. And they when they made the second one, obviously they got a lot better reviews, and they got more money, and so it was more properly done in old movie fashion, good old movie fashion. And it was like, it was still good, but it was not as good as the first one. Well, this one, the third one, I won't spoil anything, but I'll tell you the basic plot of it. It takes the two sisters and takes them as a child, when they were kids back in the 80s. And, when this demonic force or this ghost started to manifest itself in the beginning. And it sort of leads you on to something a little bit higher than what they explained. Like, in the end, they do not mention this at all. So I guarantee you will be shocked. I mean, if you've seen a lot of horror movies like myself, you could probably guess. But if you just like to watch a good scary movie every once in a while, then you would be shocked. And it's more or less dull, I guess. It's not as thrilling as the first and second one. Like for instance, a lot less people die. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. But a lot of people laughing, really. I mean, I've seen all three of them in the theater, and there's always been a couple people laughing, and I've seen all the movies multiple times. I'm a big fan. So, but there was always a couple people making fun of it. Well, the third one, there was more people laughing than more people screaming, and that's honestly, I went to the first one and I had to close my ears from the movie and then the girls around me screaming. I mean, I really go to see them just to see how freaked people get. And when you see something like that, when you see people laughing instead of crying and fear, then that's just a horror movie doing the complete opposite of what it intended to do. So I mean, they are dragging it out, and they have drugged it out further and further than it should have gone. I think it should have stayed at the first one. After that, done, no more. I mean, the second one was good, but I was like putting up a red flag, and now it's just don't make any more. Don't continue with it. Leave it. Let it die in peace. Well, um, I think I would give it maybe out of 10, maybe a 6.5. Yeah, definitely 6.5. So if you have some spare time and a little spare cash and nothing to do, then go see it. Or if it by the time this video gets on the internet, it comes out on DVD or whatever. Maybe go rent it from Redbox or something. And give it a check. But all around, you could probably find something better to do. So that this was my critique on Paranormal Activity 3, and I am Something Inside 92, and you have just been justified.